Okay, to get things started off, we are going to be messing around with the coal bar, and I am going to be moving it down so it can be highly taxed. I feel like if we tax it enough realistically, then it will go down as well realistically. I also hope by this year, the coal utilization will go down by 50%. I feel like this is a realistic number as we create new alternatives and usages. So hopefully by 2100 we can have it down by 50% and have a higher tax rate. So the usage in general could be put down. One of the next things I'm going to be changing up is the renewables. I feel like if we highly subsidize this one, that it would bring down the temperature by a lot. I also feel like if we do this, it will make other energies use less. I also feel like if the cost reduction is also put down, then it will bring it up. I feel like this is a realistic take, especially in the future. I feel like with oil, we aren't really probably going to give it up this easily. It makes too much money. We spend too much money getting it, and we also use it a lot. So I feel like taxing it will realistically make it less used, but not that much. So nuclear was sort of a mixed bag. I do believe it's better than coal, but there also is the problem of nuclear waste. So I feel like subsidizing it would be good enough, because if we subsidize it too much, then there would be increase of nuclear waste. I also feel like making the cost reduction down just by like around 10% would hopefully make it used more, but not too much, so we don't have the nuclear waste problem. For natural gases, I just really thought that if we just highly taxed it, it would make it go down. I feel like this is probably one of the best routes to go just for this gas. So for new technology, I do feel like we're definitely gonna have breakthroughs. I feel like through the current technology we are working with, we're gonna perfect it. Probably make new technologies, but I feel like we're probably focusing more on perfecting the current technology we have rather than breakthroughs. But I do believe we're going to have a lot of breakthroughs in the near future. So for about energy, the reason I highly subsidize it is because I feel like it is a good investment. Because I know we've seen this being used in countries like Brazil and it is working. So I feel like if we highly subsidize it, then we're going to be using it more and using the other energies less. So pretty much for a carbon price, I just thought if we made it high, it would be realistic and it would not really probably change that much, but I feel like it was a good choice. So for transport, I do feel like we're using too much cars that cause pollution, and I feel like transitioning from non-polluting cars to normal cars is will be tough. So that's why I kind of put it increased normally. I also feel like with new cars that can charge, electrification will hopefully be increased, but probably not dramatically. Now, for building efficiency, I do feel like we are doing it better. I feel like we are probably at one of our best right now with a lot of our buildings to be solar powered. So I feel like in the future I'll probably increase, not too much, but hopefully more buildings will have better efficiency. And for electrification, I feel like with the use of more electricity and solar panels, it will be easier to use. I feel like the population will increase no matter what. I don't think we can stop anything that's morally incorrect to stop population increase. So that's why I increase it. And with the increase of population, there will be an economy boost and increase. So that is also why I made it go up around the same amount as population. For deforestation, I do think we are going to be implementing more laws. That's why I made this change. And with methane and others, I just pretty much think that if it's moderately reduced, it's a realistic take. For afforestation, I do believe we are planting trees. I do not think it will be as massive as we think it will be, because I do not think the government will try and do this. So it'll be coming from small groups. I do feel like we're going to be using technology way more than afforestation for carbon removal. I feel like we're going to be making new devices, new science in order to fight this. As you can see in the graph, the result from my changes is definitely different than the current results we are getting. So as you can see here, renewable energy is the most used energy in my results. And I feel like coal will slowly go down as we try not using it more. and technology will eventually be the second use. And then by 2100, nuclear energy will be the third used energy. And I feel like this is kind of good. Nuclear energy is definitely better than the other energies we are using, but I do feel like we need a better solution to nuclear waste. To answer question A, yes, my achievements were definitely better than the expected results. It only rise by 3.6 degrees, definitely better than the expected 7.2 degrees. I do think my plan would be better. It is definitely better results than the current ones we have. I feel like um, geoscientists would definitely agree with me, and I feel like people who want to go green would also agree with me. And it would definitely be worse for economy wise and for jobs. I feel like some of the people that would not go with me are company owners who own like coal factories and politicians who are trying to make money from these factories as well. Because with my plans, it would definitely lead to be closing of all these factories. So three things that had the largest impact and I hope would keep is coal reduction. When I added coal reduction to my graph, it made the temperature drop dramatically. I feel like if politicians saw this, they would definitely listen. I would also keep the usage of renewable energy to go up. It had a big change in my graph. It made the temperature drop go down. And I feel like it would be a realistic thing to present to a politician, and hopefully they can listen. I would also keep the technological change for it to go up. We are currently using technology to create energy, so I feel like if we use that in the future, it would be a big impact. I learned taking away coal was a big thing, and it made the temperature drop down more than I ever expected. I also learned that renewable energy and technology is probably the future that we should go and choose. My question is, what are our politicians' plans for these things? What are they currently doing? What are they trying to implement? I do feel like they know this information. I just kind of want to know what they're trying to do to fix it. Thank you for listening and watching.